Good morning. I hope everybody that listens is keeping well. I am recording this inside because it's raining finally. We've had a very long summer and finally some rain is coming this way. I hope it stays until next year because everything is extremely dried out. So when there's an opening, I'll definitely go outside for a walk. Now, I wanted to read and comment a little bit about art and the effects of industry upon art. Art, in my opinion, is a form of communication, right? And it's the most effective form of communication that the spirit has chosen, of course. In all of its expressions, crafts, games, dialects, symbolic activities, everything is but a language of the spirit, of the soul. Yes? Now, the Europeans, they always seeked to be economically independent, and this has to do with their axiology. Yeah, axiology is the study of values. Yes, Europeans are very, prone to seeking individuality and independence. Um, for instance, the Indians have a different, axiology. While the Europeans seek to be economically independent, the Indians seek, upon old age, they seek to be independent from economics. See, they want to be disconnected from economics. Let the rat race to the young, and when you reach a certain age you just quit the rat race. Of course they have extended families to take care of them, right? But in the West it's not like this. Sometimes when you reach retirement, you come to the realization that it's not enough to live in a westernized world. The retirement is just not enough, so sometimes people have to move to other areas or find another job. Yeah. um, I'm going to read a passage here. The guinea pigs, quote unquote, of a well-known book is, in other words, you and me, whose wants are perpetually exacerbated by the sight and sound of advertisements. It has been recognized that whole industries are pooling their strength to ram home a higher standard of living. No, they're not. This idea of the rat race has been compared by an Indian writer to another animal, the donkey. The donkey before which the driver has dangled a much coveted carrot hanging from a stick fastened to his own harness. The more the animal runs to get the carrot, the further the cart is drawn, i.e., the higher dividends pay. We are the donkey, the manufacturer, the driver, and this situation pleases us so well that we, in the kindness of our hearts, would like to make donkeys also of the whole world. At the same time that we ask, have they been spoiled yet? Spoiled means degraded, but the word has also another sinister meaning, that of plundered. And there are ways of life as well as material goods of which one can be robbed. This is the clash of two different axiologies. Yes, the world at the moment is being run by the West and the West values. Yes, um, ignoring completely, other cultures and other values. And eventually, people get influenced by it. They get seduced by the industrial age, the materialism, the nihilism, the economically, independence. They get seduced by it, so they abandoned their traditions, which was often reciprocal, based on reciprocity, and harmony. People just didn't need money or material goods. Everybody just helped each other out of their own, initiative. There was no need to pay someone to help you, you know. Let us make it clear that if we approach the problem of intercultural relationships largely on the grounds of art, it is not with the special modern and aesthetic or sentimental concept of art in mind, but from a Platonic and once universally human point of view, in which art is the principle of manufacture and nothing but the science of making of any things whatever for man's good use, physical and metaphysical, and in which accordingly agriculture, cookery, weaving, and fishing are just as much arts as painting and music. You see, all of these activities, if they come from the heart, you know, they will, feel good, they will taste better. And everything is, coming from the spiritual. If you don't put, an intent into it, it's just meaningless. However strange this may appear to us, let us remember that we cannot pretend to think for ourselves or for others unless we can think with them. In these contexts, then, art involves the whole of the active life and presupposes the contemplative. The disintegration of a people's art is the destruction of their lives, by which they are reduced to the proletarian status of herders of wood and drawers of water in the interests of a foreign trader whose is the profit, you know. So they sacrifice art, the expression of the spirit, for the profit, of the industry. That's why things are so mediocre nowadays. Because it's not coming from the spirit, it's not coming from the soul. Yeah, this repetitive movements inside factories, inside doors, they are meaningless. It's when you buy something nowadays, either clothing or whatever, it's just mediocre. Doesn't make any sense because there's no, soul in it. All right. Have a nice day.